Oh my goodness, look at that view. Oh my gosh. I'm super paying the price for sleeping in today. I thought I was gonna have a nice cool ride. No, it's super hot once again. So there's a lot of mistakes newer riders make, and each time we do one of these videos, I get so stoked. Like on the last video, thanks guys for the support, man. There was like 100 new followers. I think we're over 300 followers on Instagram in like a day. We went from 200 to 300, so thank you. Next stop, 500. It's pretty cool. I know if you're a sub on the YouTube channel, you kind of see the numbers are a little flip-floppy. Like in the next 12 months, YouTube's probably gonna hit 100,000, which will be really pretty cool. But anyway, each time we do these videos, there's always new riders that say, hey, this looks fun, I wanna get my bike out, I wanna go ride. And that gets me majorly stoked. But 3 mistakes I picked today, because that's what internet people do. We pick arbitrary numbers and we stick to them that new riders make. And that first one is spending too much dough on your first bike. I am coming up on another group of riders, so I can't wait for that funny stare down where they look at the guy who's talking to himself riding a bike. Oh my goodness, look at that view. Woo, charging. Let's say you're a new rider and you spring $3 grand for a full suspension bike before you even know. Oh, that's sweet. Before you even know if you like the sport. That is no bueno. You. Nice. Silty turn is silty. So most bike companies have a $1,200 bike price point. Almost all of them. It's a 29-inch hardtail. It has nice durable components, disc brakes, front suspension fork, and sometimes tubeless for the tire system. And that, in my opinion, is very much the ultimate beginner bike. Last thing you want to do is get into a financial situation where, let's say after all the equipment, you just chunk $2,000 or $3,000 into a brand new bike, and you don't like the sport. Well, it's like a car. You turn around and try and sell that bike, you just lost a lot of money, and the experience is soured. No good. You know, I keep wanting to stop and take the sights in. There's way more riders out here than I thought there were gonna be. So I just keep leapfrogging groups. But yeah, to conclude first point, just don't blow too much money on your first bike. Hardtails for 90% of you guys can ride almost everything in your area, excluding downhill and like bike park stuff, in which case you already know what kind of bike you're looking at. Mistake number 2 is going too hard when you ride with groups, which I'll talk about more in a second. Chunky turns are chunky. You. Howdy. Enjoy the day. Thank you. Leapfrog all day long. Pretty money, man. I don't know if you can get much better of a view than that. I'm sweating my face off, dude. It is so stinking hot. But more riders, jeez. This is a busy day out here. There are like a billion people up here. Okay, so what I was saying about group ride stuff. Speaking of group rides, they are awesome. Really, really, really good way to improve your riding level. But it's also where I see probably the worst crashes, because people push themselves above and beyond their limits. And that's also where the improvements come from, is you're riding with people who are better than you. They're gonna push you. And that's awesome. It speeds up progress so fast. But if you're a new rider and you're on a group ride, seriously, the real key is just take it at your limits. You can push it a little bit, but know where the line is. Know where you need to draw back, kind of a deal. Oh my gosh, that was like 2 inches of sand. I could have just gotten owned so badly there. Yeah, so just keep that in mind with group rides. There's super good ways to improve, but you can set your watch to it. The people that don't know their limits tend to fall really hard. So keep that in mind. You should be dandy. One of the third thing, and there's way more we could talk about, but the third thing is, I think a lot of times new riders, trail riders, want to get on clipless pedals as fast as they can, when they don't really need to. Yes, I'm a clip rider. It means my feet are clipped into the pedals. If I twist my ankles, they'll come out. But clips can be a real tricky one to learn for new riders. And especially these days, flat pedals and pedal tech and shoe tech, whew, is so darn good that learning on flats is not a problem. So my philosophy is, if you go with clips, you need to spend a few days at the park, like a grassy park. I'm not doing that dartboard. I hate that thing. That frickin', not dartboard, what are they called? Diving board. That diving board rock is not my favorite. If you end up getting clips, go to a park that has grass and just practice clipping in and out over and over again. What new clip riders do is they come to a stop, can't get out of their pedals. They panic and they fall over. And sometimes it can lead to like breaking your collarbone, especially if it's on pavement. Road riders do this all the time. And getting out of clips is not hard. It's just muscle memory. So instead of taking your clips to the trails, take your clips to the park first, and then go to the trails. There's 3. There's way more we could talk about. But now it's time to enjoy this descent. So we're coming into the end of the ride here. I just want to say thanks again for the support. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, name on the screen. That's really the best way that you guys can support me right now. It's a really useful platform for discovery. Oh my goodness, these are sweet. The big banked walls. Oh, I also finally found the creak that I've been hearing in the bike frame now for a while. The shop figured it out. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. That's like pretty steep. I gotta be honest with you. Anyway, that frame creak is where the stanchion connects with the crown on my fork. And all that means is it may be under warranty. There's no rider risk. It just doesn't sit super flush on some RockShox forks. Happens with the Pikes apparently. So hopefully it's under warranty. This bike's 3 years old, so I think those 2-year warranties are probably up. But lot of times companies like SRAM, Shimano, those dudes are pretty chill about that stuff. So they might be able to hook something up for a big discount. And you basically just get a new set of uppers for your fork and then install them into the old lowers. And that should get rid of the nasty noise. This is sweet. Hiya! So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a very good week. Follow me on Instagram. If you're on watching on IGTV, drop a comment. If you're a mountain biker and there's a beginner mistake you wish you would have known about when you started that I didn't talk about, you should totally share it with us. So shout out in the comments. Thanks everybody. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.